Hello, Vickers Knickers. Here's a fictional short story that I wrote. It concerns a guy who supposedly is now a top surgeon. Warning, if you don't like foul language or gratuitous violence, this is not the story for you. So scuttle off if you may, and have a nice day. For the rest of you reprobates, this is called The Code. I thought I knew Marty, but I really didn't know him at all. He fascinated me, though. I was in awe of him. He was cool, but in a non-contrived way. Cool like Steve McQueen, the look speaking more than any words. In short, Marty liked to fight. In fact, he looked for excuses too. He had this thing about surprise, but also being prepared for surprise. He looked for trouble. One day, in the late 1970s, we were sitting eating chips in his furry Dice Ford Cortina. It must have been about 4 in the afternoon. The light was getting low, as it was autumn. I believe we were somewhere off Thomas Street. Well, the Liberties for sure. Despite the time of year, Marty had on the shades, the real deal Ray-Bans, like David Soul wore in the opening of Starsky and Hutch. Marty took care of himself, never a hair out of place. Now, what follows may be the ultimate in contradiction, but to this day I recall Marty as decent. Still though, psycho. Somewhere inside him was a psychopath that coexisted peacefully with his fundamental decency. So it did. Where was I? Oh yeah, Dublin, Liberties, late 70s. We were listening to the Jam on Marty's stereo. This is the modern world I have learnt about. Bam, bam. This is the modern world. Bam, bam. Paul Weller belting out. I could hear a bit of street noise. And in Marty's side mirror, I could make out 2 schoolgirls walking hurriedly. These 2 kids were frightened, for behind them were 3 of the most brutish-looking skinheads. Stereotypical shit. The Docks, half-mast trousers, inbred or us, shouting, whistling, getting their kicks because one of them was pulling up the girls' skirts. The poor kids were mortified. The Skinners fed off the perversion and the children's fear. I felt scared. They were rough-looking cunts. Unfortunately, these boys had wandered into Marty's world, his twilight zone. Without a word, he waited until the girls had passed. Then deliberately, before the Skinners could catch up, flung open the car door. He was out like a whippet, the Liffey's very own Dirty Harry. He stood there, hands on hips, shades on, ready for the fray. I'm thinking, shit, but inwardly looking forward to showtime. I knew Marty. I'd seen this before. Oddly, the biggest Skinner, the one who'd been doing the skirt lifting, almost politely muttered, "Excuse me." Marty plunked his hand on the guy's shoulder. "Going somewhere?" Your man responds, "Get your fucking paw off me, mate." Marty takes off the shades. And now, had it been me, my hands would be trembling. Not Marty. The other 2 boyos start to make shapes. "Story, are you a fucking law boy, Mr. What?" Marty very coldly, and with immaculate authority, eyeballs them and says, "Go. It's the hard man I want. Go. Now." And they did, but not before Marty snaps. "The way you came, lads. Not the way the little girls went." Little girls? They must have been about 15. But to Marty, they were little girls. The 2 scumbags legged it, minus the usual safe distance bravado. Like all cowards, it's in their make-up to scarper. The big Skinner is on his lonesome. He attempts to remove Marty's hand, but it is firmly gripping the denim. He opts for diplomacy. Fuck's fuck's sake, man, I was only having the crack. Marty says nothing, just leans in the car window and hands me his shades. Still not relinquishing his vice-like grip, he barks at the Skinner. Pull my pants down. It's almost comical. The Skinner goes, Jesus, come on. Whatever it is about men and Dublin and fighting, the broken record tactic is never far off. Here we go. Marty is off. Pull my pants down, pull my pants down, pull my pants down. At various gaps in the command, the Skinner contributes his part to this unique Dublin ritual. Pull my pants down. What? Pull my pants down. Jesus, oh, I'm sorry. Pull my pants down. For fuck's sake. Pull my pants down. I'll spare you the maniacal chant. Let's just say there were about 20 more pull my pants downs. The skinhead is pale now and frantically looks for an exit. Even tries to reason with me. Listen, pal, call your mate off, will ya? From the safety of the car, I tell him, I'm not your fucking pal, widget dick. You heard him. Marty smashes the guy's back against a wall. I sense blood. I get out of the car. I want to see this. The Skinner panics, thinking double trouble. He needn't have worried. I'm Jaffo. J-A-F-O. Just another fucking observer. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Pull my pants down. Pull my pants down. Go on, you are brave with your buddies, scaring the two little girls, so pull my pants down. I make a guest star appearance. Yeah, go on, you cross-eyed donkey wanker. Pull his pants down. Skinner is bunny in the headlights now. Marty is on a roll. Say what you call those two little girls to me now. What? Say what you call those two little girls to me. What? Say what you call those two little girls to me. You heard. Say what you call those two little girls to me. And by the way, the word is what, not what. I don't speak, scumbag. Skinner is lost for words. Make that was. Say what you call those two little girls to me. I'll tell you what you call them. 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 You call them two little Catholic convent cunts, didn't you? Or Catholics, as you call them, you fucking pleb. You broke the code. What? You broke the code. Fucking cowards. What are you on about? Get on your knees. You broke the code. You broke the code. Almost crying now. Please, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're on about. I was just... Get on your knees! You broke the code! I'm not caring on me. I'm not caring. Wallop. Marty has flash sucker kicked him square in the balls. Your man goes down like shit off a shovel. I'm looking about me. Luckily, not a soul is around. The skinhead is crying now. It's awkward hearing a man crying. Like a baby. You broke the code. I'm chickening out. Come on, Marty. He's had enough. Let's... He broke the code. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. That was another Martyism. He'd often say something totally irrelevant. Marty was always so well dressed. He deftly removed his big 70s tail fin lime green tie. And that's what gets results. That's what gets results. That's what gets results. Results. Before I can say anything, he has the Skinner flipped over on his front and is strangling him. The guy's eyes are bulging and he's gurgling. Lemon mushy pea snots are oozing from his nose. I don't know where to look. He broke the code. Do you see the way his tongue is darting out like a snake? He broke the code. There was no talking Marty around when he was like this. Tragically for the Skinner, whatever code Marty held dear had been transgressed. I hated this. The pliers came out from the inside of Marty's leather sports jacket. I tried one last desperate plea. Marty! He broke the code. I looked away. Here, catch! Marty flipped the guy's tongue at me. It squished off the curb. That's when the Garda car came round the corner. I nearly shat myself. Marty nodded toward the squad car. They've no siren on. No one called them. And Yul Brynner here isn't... he isn't up much to talking, are ya? Within seconds, 2 Gardaí were beside us, a female and a big Galway letterbox head. The female had apprentice epaulets. She was as white as the blood was black and red streaming down the path. Marty didn't even stand up, his plummy accent every syllable the third-year medical student. "Guards, I'm a doctor. Get on your radio. Call an ambulance fast. This man could bleed to death. 2 skinheads just ran off towards Thomas Street. If you put the foot down, you've a good chance of—" "Right you be," said the mucker. He and the rookie girl sped off. "Fuck's sake, Marty. What's the stink?" This guy has defecated. Mice do that too. Sometimes when you find them on the crap before they die. He's a good chance, though. Only tuck the tip off. He'll probably lift if he's schlucky." Marty beamed. "See what's round his neck?" Marty was holding up something. A chain. "That's called an Algerian love knot. Where would an oik like this get something like that, huh?" The Skinner was either playing dead or paralysed with fear. We climbed into the big silver Cortina GXL. "Bollocks, the chips are gone cold, Marty." "Yeah, well, guess where we are? Round the corner from Burdock's chip shop, that's where. Man, I'm hungry now." "Marty, how could you do that? You know, that guy back there." Marty has the shades back on. "Do what? Rip his tongue out?" "Yeah, that was kind of disgusting." Marty wasn't for turning. "No, I'll tell you what's disgusting. Did you see how that fucking whelp was humiliating those 2 little girls, showing off to his pals, playing the big fella? Did you hear what he called those 2 little girls?" "Yeah, but Marty, would you keep it in perspective like?" "He's lucky I didn't plough his balls off. Those 2 little girls, what kind of an animal would do that?" I wasn't getting through. The Jam cassette was still playing. "That's entertainment, that's entertainment, tra-la-la." We drove on in silence through the Dublin traffic. Marty placed his trophy Algerian love knot round his furry dice. Then he says, "Anyway." I go, "Anyway what?" He broke the code. "And what fucking code is that, Marty?" "My code." I liked Marty's world.
This is a modern world.